Discover your passions, plan your life, reach out to your dreams, and yes, don't call it a dream, call it a plan. Goal already set. That's what our seniors, the alumni of our college did and have reached successful position in their careers.
Now, I take the opportunity to welcome our alumni, Mr. Mridul Nagpal. Sir, may I have your permission to please begin? Thank you, sir. Sir is presently DGM Sales, Stationery Segment at Eton Corporation. Sir holds a PG degree in MBA, Finance and Marketing, and is an alumnus of IIEBM 2004-06 batch. He has earlier completed his bachelor's degree in Computer Science. Sir has an experience of 10 plus years and is currently leading all India sales for Eton Hydraulics. Prior to his current role, he was handling OEMs and distribution sales for Western region. In his earlier assignments, he was responsible for leading new product development, driving profit plan for hydraulic system and cylinder business as DGM, projects and program management. Sir is a strong believer of hard work and perseverance. It's better to sweat today, instead bleed in the war tomorrow, is his thought. He preaches leadership lessons from the Ramayana and Mahabharata on various aspects of life. The idea is to imbibe and implement the management thoughts from the past. Some awards received by him are an Outstanding Achievement Award from Eton Industrial Sector for hard work and extra efforts put in for an external analyst presentation, which helped in great analysis and strong story development. With this, I request Sir to kindly address the batch.
Thank you for making them look a little lighter and brighter. Otherwise, I was told that girls would have supposed to be coming in saris today. Guys would have been wearing ties, like some of our fellow colleagues here, right? Sorry for you guys. I don't know why the exception was there for you, right? All right, guys. Once again, so Mridul Nagpal, been in Pune for about 14 years now. Really cherish my life here. Really happy to be here. Few things that have really happened good in my life. Born to my parents. Very happy to be their son, the only son. Very open-minded parents I have, and never faced any roadblock in life when it came to from their guidance perspective. Sorry. Second thing, good thing happened to me was his decision of bringing me to Pune. It was sometime the winters of 2003 when probably I was about to finish my science final exam sometime in March and April, and the family started conversating about what Mridul needs to do in the future. Gone are the days when parents used to decide what the kids do, but that time the parents used to decide. So I have come from that era where my parents decided what I should be doing. Right? But now the baton has been passed on to you in such era after the three idiots have come in, right? You guys agree? Yes, sir. Things have changed. Things have changed. The tourism for Ladakh has also changed significantly after that. So a lot of changes have happened after that. So yes, so the baton has been passed on to you to decide what you guys want to achieve in life. So, which never happened with us, but I'm happy it did not happen. The baton was not with me. Else I would have, I'm sure, would have taken a wrong decision then. So I came across this college. There's a story behind, long story short. I came across this college, got admitted. First few days were really struggling because I'm actually here from a place called Panipat. How many are you from North? Nobody's from North? Little taller. Very few, right? Rest? South? All right. So why did you leave your friend alone here? Okay. West? All right. East? All right. Now how many of you did not raise the hand? Okay. So which part of the world are you from? All right. So, okay. Fair enough. All are from Chhattisgarh? Yes or no? Yes. You're from? Chhattisgarh? 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 Madhya Pradesh. All right. Chhattisgarh. So basically, At Eton, Chhattisgarh is part of East. Right? So when we talk about geography, sales has geographies, right? Others there'll be conflicts. So Chhattisgarh is part of East, Madhya Pradesh is part of West. Right? A bigger state. Right? You can put it in central India. Alright, so that decision happened of me to get to Pune and let me be away from my family, a very small family. And then I was put in the hands of Colonel Mawa and Jai Mawa sir. Alright, and it was that day and it is today that I have been associated to Pune and to this family for all these years. I come here every year, share what I have experienced in the past year after I spoke to your seniors maybe. Do you remember me? You were there you're not seniors to them, right? So every year I come here, share what I learned in the past year and look forward what's going to be coming in the next year. When you guys will become senior, maybe you'll see me again, right? So as simple as that. So that's a little brief about me. Yes, I have been with Eton for about, it's Eton, it's not Eton. Somebody said Eton. So I'm very particular about the right naming conventions. Use it appropriately. Very, very, important to know this. Do not afford to pronounce somebody's name wrongly. Take an extra attempt in asking if I am pronouncing your name correctly, right? People take it a little odd way. Unless you're working with an American who is challenged to pronounce your name, so that's fine. Or somebody from China, right? So that's okay. So forgive them. Don't be harsh on them. So just take an attempt to correct yourself. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? All right? You'll try. You'll get right sometime. They are also trying. So where was I? Lost my chain of thoughts. Where was I? Names and all, okay. I forgot my chain of thoughts. Alright, so guys, I don't have a presentation today, which I usually have every year. This time, you can call it an excuse that I've been pretty inefficient in developing a presentation for you guys, but I really thought of genuinely sharing what's coming to my heart and mind, and something that's really practical, something that's really bugging me and troubling me, making me learn, stretch a little extra on day-to-day basis. I think that's going to be more valuable for you rather than putting some few jargons on a fancy looking slide. May or may not help. Everybody's going to follow the same template, but that's not the excuse of me not giving you a presentation today. My intent is pretty clean, very direct, very honest, a very candid one also, where I purely come, talk something that's really coming straight to from my heart, right? With no intention behind it, right? There was a time when presentations used to happen for really long hours. People are sitting, nodding their heads, clapping when it's required. Share of business grew from 5 to 5.5%. Long round of applause. Not required anymore. People are not talking about share of business from 5% to 5.5% now. If it's 5 to 55, 50, 35, 45, it makes sense for you to cloud, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So presentations used to be pretty lengthy. Presentations are getting shorter. I don't know. You guys all have Androids now, right? Smartphones? Yes, sir. YouTubes. Everybody has YouTubes. Yes, sir. Facebook, Twitter, forget it. All crap. Okay? I'm not sure if you've really heard Sundar Pichai giving a presentation, right? You might have heard the great Steve Jobs, greatest of his all times, right? His style of giving presentations, it's evolving. The time has come when the presentations are just getting to a very short, crisp message of 3 bullets every slide to the maximum of 5 slides. You come, deliver your message, make the impact, FO, go. Not required anymore. Your shelf life is only that much. People do not remember essays. People only recall short stories, right? People recall evidences. How many of you watch news channels? Maybe the local ones also. I'm okay with that. You watch news channels? The local ones also maybe sometimes. Do you really remember what happened 2 days back? Unless Rafael Nadal or is winning the Wimbledon, right? That's going to come in the news, right? But I'm just sharing. Do you really recall those 10 खबरें 100 खबरें 10 मिनट में, something like that. We don't recall, right? They're trying to be very crisp. In 10 minutes they're going to give you the entire thing, but that's not really helping everybody. That's my opinion. I may be wrong, but that's my opinion. Keeping it very short is very important, right? I was told that I'm going to come here and talk about an hour. I said no, we're not going to talk about an hour. We're going to be talking about 30 minutes. I'll deliver whatever best I want to. I want to talk to you guys, address your concerns if you have any. I'm sure you'll have a lot. I'm assuming because I had a lot. Go. Right? It's practical. It's relevant. Time is changing. Honestly tell me, how many of you like reading? I'm happy that a few hands, but in my batch the hands were really low. So things are evolving. So about 30-40% in the class people like to read, right? For people who don't like reading, can you raise your hands now? You guys don't like reading. There are ones, shy ones who are not raising the hands, I know. But you would be reading something, right? KL Rahul scored a 4 on the front drive, right? On a short pitch ball, whatever. A very short sentence driven for one ball delivery, right? But if an essay is written on that particular ball, you would never be interested, right? So the reality is people like short. What is this new thing that says 60 words or 90 words paragraph for all the newses that are there? What's the new? In shorts? What is next? In shorts. It's called as in shorts. Okay. So, and it has come in place of, let's say, TOI, ETs, right? So in shorts is there. So why in shorts is there? There must be a reason, right? The shelf life of a news is few hours, rather few minutes maybe at times. Fair enough. So now while we were talking about reading a little here, I would just say that it's going to be one of those mantras for you to create a lot of depth in yourself. It is going to be one of those mantras. So it's better to develop that habit. There's no shortcut, there's no way out, right? But you read whatever you like to read so that you develop that interest and then eventually widen your horizon. Do something that you're comfortable with first and then, but it's going to be very relevant for you all, right? So I'm going to again come to this particular point a little later in my pitch, but yes, so when I came to Pune, there were a lot of challenges. Food, climate, stay, love, affection, family bonding, everything was difficult. But I think my parents also played their part. They kept their distance. They wanted to separate me out and wanted me to fulfill the purpose that I was there for. So I tried to do it. I'm not saying I was very successful. I failed as well. I was never on top of my assignments. The expectations were there for me to deliver. I could not. Time was short for me. Sleep was really important. Couldn't give up that time, but eventually had to. So now the reality is that even if I get a 5.5 or 6.5 sleeps, that should be suffice. So it's better that you tone your body to get to that level. But the sooner you get there, the better it is, because it should not take 14 years for you the way it took to me. So don't do that, right? It's a time for long jumps and really high jumps. So do something that's really needle mover for yourself, right? So for example, if you like playing tennis, make sure you continue playing tennis when you're in Pune as well, right? Chhattisgarh boys, any of you played any sport there in Chhattisgarh? You play cricket there? You don't play cricket there? What did you play?
Sir, I played cricket for the national level and state level.
Okay, so do not stop playing cricket when you come to Pune also. Okay, search where do you play, where are the grounds, cricket playing grounds. Make sure you continue your routine irrespective of where you are. Now, being part of the sales organization, it's required of me to travel across. Very difficult way, but I've developed one very small habit of doing yoga morning 7 to 8. So it was very difficult for me. I have a slip disc, and it was by force given onto me that I have to do it. Otherwise, I would have been on medicines. So bad lifestyle got me to slip disc in these 14 years as well. So I decided that there's no option. I have to do yoga 7 to 8. Of those 7 days, if I do it for 5 days, I'm happy with it, right? So make sure that it doesn't take you 14 years to think about it. Start today. Humble request, friendly request, brotherly request. Okay, yoga, thoda 35, 40 people think that way. When I'll be 35, I'll be 40, I'll do it. But at least continue the activity, the regime that you had when you were there. Even if it's table tennis, badminton, follow a sport, play a sport. It keeps you pretty fresh. I personally enjoy playing a lot of cricket, and I don't miss a chance even if it's a society cricket. I make sure that I'm there, and of course we follow cricket a lot, right? So do not break the rhythm of so that the element of change that has come to you over the past, how many days are you here now? 5 days? So you guys as old as to Pune for 5 days, right? So ho gaya abhi, jet lag sab ho gaya, and get back to your basics straight away. What you were doing there, continue to do here. I'm not really sure if you guys were watching TV for 10 hours. Don't continue here. I'll pray that you don't get television. Okay, so leave those habits and get here. But yes, very importantly, as I said, there's one thing that has happened good to me in life was, yes, indeed coming to a college like this where I really had good faculties who I could live up to, and they really helped me in grooming me. I do recall few names, certainly. Professor Tungare from finance, I'm not sure if he's still with us. Nirja Bajaj, she was my communication and personality development teacher. I'm still in touch with her, and she's a little weak on health these days, but birthdays, Christmas, New Year wishes do get exchanged. So the message is stay connected, of course. You never know if you want to return the favor back to them by helping them in any which ways and later in your life. That's the best thing that you can do to a teacher, right? Beyond 5th September. Beyond 5th September. That's not the only day for them. My mother is myself a senior school teacher at St. Mary's Convent in Panipat. She's been teaching for about 25 years. Didn't have much respect for her because she was in the same school that I was. Couldn't really play around much. Grew up really when I moved to DAV from St. Mary's. And trust me, so that's how it is. So as I said, stick to the habits, number one. Number two, follow the instructions of your seniors. That's very important. You guys don't have to write it. The talks that I'm sharing with you is that these are purely something that I missed maybe or partially followed, but this is very relevant, right? So you can choose to write very appropriately if you're going to follow it. You can put your hand on your heart and say, I'm going to follow these pointers that I'm going to write here. So be honest to yourself. That's very important, right? So there are certain actions, assignments, activities that you will be asked to indulge in. Make sure you're indulging in from your heart, not just by only indulging it. There was a time or an era when compliance, do you understand meaning compliance? Compliance is stopping your car when the signal is red. That's compliance, right? Culture is stopping your car when there is somebody disabled or there's a traffic situation, right? A little chaos. Make sure you stop your vehicle, respect the situation, and then let people move on. Let it get settled and do it, because Pune mein bahut zaruri hai ye abhi. So that's culture. So this journey of moving from compliance to culture has become very evident these days. If you don't do that, there's going to be special category where people will fit you in. But yes, when you've come to IIBM, we all want you to be really special in the industry. So that's expected. If you want to write this down, you can do that, because the journey from compliance to culture is the most important thing nowadays, right? So what is the other compliance thing? Compliance is when your parents tell you study. That's compliance. Culture is when you pick your books yourself and you study. That's culture. So make sure you are getting into a mode where you start developing cultures wherever you go, right? Suppose after your successful studies of these 2 years, valuable 2 years, when you go to a company, you go to an organization, when you step in, it is expected of you that you will be going to be a bright star because they've hired you. You're going to be making the difference. Make sure their thoughts are really welcomed and make sure you adhere to it. They should feel that you have come in and you're here to change the culture. And how would you change the culture? There's a whole lot of actions that you can do. We'll talk about them now. So that's my point number 2, compliance to culture. Now, how do you go about doing it? It's just theory, right? Compliance to culture. Compliance is something that's been asked me to do. Culture is something that I myself opt out for the betterment, right? That's culture. Now, how do you do that? Culture is for you to be able to make your manager, your immediate team that you'll be working with, think in that direction. How would you do that? You do this by making sure that you are in their situation. Because on day 1 or first month or the first year, it will not be expected of you to deliver too much. It will only be expected of you to very precisely, very cleanly hear them out, understand what's the culture of the team, understand what's expected of you to deliver, spend more time in receiving it rather than straight away delivering it, right? Unfortunately, a little side conversation, unfortunately, the truth of the matter is, the experience that I've had recently in my company, we've hired a young person, fresh out of college, engineering college, and there are serious attitude concerns. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube attitudes are no longer valid in the organizations. It doesn't work. You're still supposed to be humble. You got to be keeping your eyes and ears open. Listening is the hardest of all. Make sure you develop it from day 1. Listening is hardest of all. Screaming in front of your brother, sister, parents are gone away. Here, if you do that, you show your concerns, you're going to be given back. So table tennis will start. Wherein at home, it was only one-way traffic. Right? We do that. We do that, right? Many often. How many of you had arguments in family? See? You could do it because you were in your own den. And you were in your den, you were lions. Now the den is not there, so better be cats. Alright? Make sure you receive more. Get into more of a receiving mode rather than straight away coming and delivering it. The new batsman come on the crease, takes time to settle down. The new driver who drives on the road takes time to take a stock of the steering, right? You don't just come and hit on the 4th gear. These are practical examples of life. Everything is connected. Anybody has any specific or a particular question, I'll be more than happy to answer. Anybody can start to break the ice, because so far it's just been one-way conversation. One question from the audience will help. Yes, good. Clap for this gentleman. What's your name?
Sir, my name is Jayant Chandrayan.
Jayant?
Chandrayan.
Chandrayan.
Yes, sir.
You're from?
I'm from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my question to you is that the corporate life of us will be quite busy. So, sir, how can we balance with our work and our passion?
Work and passion. So let's say, for example, can you define your passion?
So my passion is singing.
Your passion is singing?
Yes, sir.
So corporate is typically Monday to Friday.
Okay, sir.
You can sing from Saturday morning to Sunday evening. Yes, it's going to be busy if you only make yourself busy. And you better make yourself busy. Number 1. Singing is important. It attracts people. It does. It is important. And it could be one of those influencing skills that also you can develop. For example, you're out for a team outing and you want to just have a very happy-go-lucky time around with them, right? You can sing for them, right? Keeps you content, keeps them happy. So find avenues where you can do both, right? But yes, as I said, there'll be too much on your plate at times, because what I'm realizing now is in the businesses, unless you go to a corporate, but if you are with a business who is more to do with balance sheets, profit and loss, वहाँ पे थोड़ा problem हो सकता है. The processes are not defined there. Everything is manual. Computers are there, Oracle, Java, everything is there, but there are still processes which are manual, and you'll have a whole lot to do. There it will become difficult. But for example, if you are joining a corporate house where it is not connected to manufacturing or profit and loss, it's a cost center, then you will have ample time to do all this. I remember when I was with Eaton Corporate and handling my business development side of the portfolio, we had a table tennis table on the floor in the breakout area, and I used to go and play a game every day. So I had time. I enjoy playing table tennis, and I used to go and play. But if you are with business, it's going to be very difficult. You got to be smart enough to manage your activities, and it is going to take some time for you to develop that pace. As you get experience, you will start eliminating something that's non-core and focus only on that's relevant. Right? So that will come with experience. So don't worry about it. Keep singing.
Thank you, sir.
Does it help?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
It does.
All right, good. More questions, please? Sure. I will come to you one by one. So, go on. Just be loud without mic. Just speak up.
Good morning, sir.
Can you hear her? दोस्त सुन पा रहा है क्या? नहीं ना?
Good morning, sir.
You have a voice. You had breakfast. Be louder without mic. Request.
So my name is Shubhra Dixit.
क्या नाम है? Louder, please.
So my name is Shubhra Dixit.
Better? Yes, sir. One more time. Sorry.
Good morning, sir. My name is Shubhra Dixit,
Much better.
and I'm from Gorakhpur.
Okay. Yeah.
And my question to you is, how getting indulged in some activities and taking part in some team is important to us while we are doing MBA?
In the campus? In the campus. Of course, it's important. Outside the campus, right? So, for example, you're sitting closer to her, right? Do you know her really well? In 5 days, right? So it gives you an opportunity to interact more with people, and probably frame a situation which is going to be very similar when you go to an organization. At the end of the day, it's about getting everybody together and making it right. Shaw's Regal, by the way. That's from Shaw's Regal ad. At the end of the day, it's about winning together and getting it right. Correct? So, people don't bother about success these days. It's about getting together and making it right, honestly. So being together, being one team is very important, if you ask me. So that situation will expose you to those situations, those environments. And knowing people is the most toughest job of all these days. If you ask a manager, he will not be worried about his deliverables. He'll be more worried about managing his team. Right? In the family also, everybody is going in different direction. Mama is saying something, Papa is saying something, sister is saying something, brother is saying something, Chacha is saying something. So like that. So it's about bonding. So bonding is important. Relationships are important. So that way it will help you. Helps? Does it answer? You agree? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
So
much.
clap for Ms. Dixit. My final say to all of you is, we all are here to support you. Make sure you become a quality product. Make sure you become a quality. That's very important. Take it or leave it. If you don't have substance, you don't have meat enough with you, you're not a promising personality, you're not an influencing personality, the acceptance from the outer world is going to be very limited. This is my way of looking at things. Okay? Do and say things firmly. Be very open. Don't do things only for the sake of doing it. Fair enough? Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much. And once again, it was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir, for the phenomenal session.